Today what we're doing here, we're at the VIA centre and we want to set our complete Expedition setup up. So 3 Foxwings on 3 vehicles. As you can see, they're taking the Foxwing out the back there for the Defender. We've got a limited space here, so we're going to do our best to get it, and we'll show you the progression of this as we go along. But the first one is to get this vehicle right where we want it. And the reason we're doing this, we've got several shows to do this year, and we want to make sure when we go to the show we know exactly how we're going to set up, that it can get people to come and see what we do. What are we up to, John?
What are we up to?
Jack, I mean. Hi, Jack. Is it John or Jack?
Whatever you want to call me today. It's a different name every day.
How do you know you've not been here for that long?
I've been here long enough.
So what are we up to today then?
Well, we've got the Foxwings here, you see, and we're trying to get an area. Because when we go to shows, we just drive in.
And we know where everything goes, eh?
Job done.
So here we go, we get 2 vehicles set up now with the Foxwings out. I'm going to take a wee walk around and then we'll do a walk around later on when we finish. So this is where we are now. So we've got the Defender here, and I'll take you around here and have a look first. So you can see how the Foxwing looks. As you can see, it's completely surrounds the vehicles, and we get some Oztents over the back there. So I'll take you a look inside. So it's when we go to shows, you do see Foxwings out there with tapered walls. We are using drifter poles here. We find they're better than the Oztent poles. Although we had some issues with some of them sticking, I have to say, but they're still better because they're higher. So when we were out on our expedition last year, this is where we slept. But what we've done today is we're looking at a new setup. As in, we've got the Foxwing that we're in just now. You can see the space, the back of the Defender. But what we've added on is 2 Oztents to it, so that we cover this side of the vehicle as well. I don't know what Duncan's trying to do there.
I'm getting keys.
So as you can see, here's your inside of your Oztent. So we get 2 guys in here. That's looking back into the Foxwing. And what we're going to do over this end, we're just experimenting here. We're experimenting the best way for us. As you can see, there's a big open end here. So we'll either put an Oztent end wall on this part here of the Oztent, or we may devise a canopy that fills this gap in between the 2 vehicles. We haven't got enough space where we're doing this today to put Oztents on them all, but the idea is we can have 2 Oztents on each side of a vehicle. So we got a Foxwing one side and 2 Oztents on the other. I'll kind of try and give you some perspective of the space we got here. So there we are, looking at the front of the Land Rover, and we'll do a complete walk around. And there is the end of the Foxwing and the back there. So this is another Foxwing. They've still got to be tightened up, these ones. That's why they're sagging slightly. I'll take you I'll walk right around. So here's your Foxwing, your Oztent here. That's why we keep on getting the names mixed up. And we're you don't normally see this setup because we've got quite a big setup. So that's walking round the outside. And then on the back, it's like a command vehicle for when you're in the army type thing. You know, and there's the Foxwing out the other end. So it's still got a bit of pegging out to do. We want to put this up properly. We have got flooring for it as well. And then this gap that I'm walking through here, we're going to be bringing, in fact Duncan's just bringing the vehicle in now, bringing another vehicle in here. And then we'll show you when the complete setup's done. So there's Greg and John helping us. So John, you didn't have much to say there, did you?
Who told you?
How no?
I know.
Well, John, I'm disappointed. I've not seen you for such a long time.
I know.
You look like a farmer though, eh?
I know.
You think you're the estate manager or something?
No, I'm not the estate manager.
What are you then? The lackey?
I'm just an estate.
So here we are with our camp set up. We've just been setting up at the centre today. We haven't quite got the space we need where we're parked now, so there is more to add on to this, i.e. another 4 Oztents, which will be on the side of that vehicle and on the side of that vehicle there. Don't worry about the no parking sign, we put that there. So as you can see in front of us is a Oztent Foxwing attached to our Land Rover Discovery. This is how we set these up on Expedition. So this is the area here, this is the vehicle I drove on the Expedition. So let's go in and we'll have a look around. So here we are, so you can see the space we have in here. So this gap here that you get at the back, that's always there. What we are going to do is develop a piece of material that closes that gap off with a door, so we can get in and out easy, so we can close the area off. So walking round, so you can come inside of the Oztent Foxwing. So we've got this one of the walls open just now, so we can walk around. So as you can see the back of the vehicle there. On the Expedition we had our kitchen equipment in here, which we are now changing because it didn't quite work for us when we were out. But as you can see, this is quite a large area. We slept 4 guys comfortably in one of these. Could they be better? Yes. But that's all about development. That's our development and how we use the equipment. We have got flooring for these, which I'm going to show you as we walk through to the next vehicle. So just through this gap here, this is where we'll have our fire pit. As you can see, there's an exit there so that we can come in and out. And this is the Oztent flooring, the Foxwing flooring. As you can see, we're on a Defender here. So the Defender is our base vehicle. So when we're camped up, everything works off the Defender because that will have the kitchen in it in the future. So the kitchen will slide out the side doors there. This will be a social area where we can sit. We can get a lot of seats here under cover, and we'll develop some ripstop material that closes these gaps off, but we'll make it loose so we don't have to get them exactly in the same position every time, but relatively close. So again, we'll walk around and you'll see at the back of the Defender here we have a slide out box there, which will be our ladder in the future. It's the whole length of the bed of the 110, so it comes out to about roughly where I'm standing now, which is here, so quite away from the Defender. That'll have a leg on it that'll just pop down so that it's supported, so we can get a lot of stuff in there. We'll come round here now. We've got an Oztent sidewall here, which has got the door which closes the gap here. This is the same gap as you get on the disco I showed you earlier on. So we'll close that gap with an Oztent, which is exactly what we've done. So around here we've set up 2 Oztents. As you can see, 2 Oztents, so you can comfortably sleep 2 in there with camp beds. 3 at a push if you had to, and you could probably get a couple sleeping in this area as well. Again, we have flooring for this, which we'll use for the next show we go to, which is at Adventure Overland. So we're looking forward to doing that. So thanks to Tom, who gave us a place there. Again, here's the inside of the Oztent. If you haven't seen an Oztent before, it's the internal frame. These tents go up in approximately 30 seconds. Obviously you have to put the awnings out as well, which takes a little bit longer. You can see the area there, the other disco over here. So what we've done here, we just squeeze through this gap here. Again, this is all under development. My big belly don't fit through there that well. So we got another Oztent here. Again, we're restricted with space where we are right now. So as you can see, we get 3 Oztents here, which comfortably sleep 6. You could have somebody sleeping in the awning if you wanted to, but as we had on the Expedition, we had 4 people sleeping under a Foxwing. If we're in the field, if I'm honest, we probably wouldn't use the Oztents. These are more for a permanent base when we're working out of a base where we can actually set the Oztents up, leave the Oztents where they are, go off out in the vehicles and come back to the same campsites with the Oztents already set up. So we either put the Foxwings up or we don't. But when we're in the field, we find that the Foxwings are pretty good anyway. And for where we went, a fairly hot countries, the 15 countries we went to, it got a bit colder towards the end, bit of condensation. Like any single skin tent, if you're you do get condensation. It's as simple as that. We are thinking of it maybe developing a second skin to go over the top. Which would be on the roof racks, and it would completely envelope the whole setup. But that's something we're looking at. It's all about development. We are not your normal kind of off-roaders where you kind of have your setup for just one vehicle and the people in that vehicle. We have to accommodate minimum of 12 people, and we're going to add another vehicle to this, which will give us 4 Oztents. So what we would probably do is four Foxwings, should I say. What we'd probably do is have 2 setups like this one here with Duncan and John in it. So that Foxwing and that Foxwing joined together, and another setup with 2 vehicles as well. So you'd have two mirrored setups, and that would give us accommodation. I kind of worked it out the day. Probably we could get 24 accommodated in here easy, couldn't we? Yeah. You know, like at a push, you could get more. If you had to get out the elements and we had more people on an event, say for instance, we could probably get more in here, just squeezed in, lying on the floors. So we've never put out the Foxwing floor before. That's our first attempt at putting it out. It's pretty good. I think if you're on muddy ground, like in my experience with Adventure Overland, it's usually muddy. So these will help us stop spreading mud everywhere, like, and keep our feet kind of relatively dry. So we've got the flooring for the Oztents as well, which we will put up. But a pretty good setup, I would say, and a lot of area to cover. But we will always look at ways to develop this better for us in the field, and that's what we're doing. That's why we've set this up just now, to look at and start taking some measurements for what we want to do. So what do you think of this then, John?
It's not a bad setup.
It's not a bad setup, huh?
I think we'll take it to the Isle of Wight festival next year, because it's always raining.
You think so? You think we'll be welcome at the Isle of Wight?
We'll be very welcome.
We'll be very welcome there. Are you going to go as a farmer?
I'm not talking to you.
Well, you're looking more like a farmer every day. What's all that about then?
Country gear, isn't it?
But you're for Kilmarnock?
That's in the country. It's in the country.
Oh, I suppose it is in the country, aye.
There,
Knowing that housing estate you come for though. That's not the country, is it?
It's not, but it's in the state.
It's in the state. It's in the right old state, isn't it? Aye. So,
It's called.
what's it called?
Oh, I don't say things like that. The scheme.
The scheme.
What's the scheme? That's from Kilmarnock.
You come for the scheme, do you?
I don't come from the scheme.
I come for a scheme.
Yeah, but there's Jack Shittles and there's...
I come for scheme wandering chat. Well, there you go. So there you go, that's your setup. If you just look at this, right, it's hard to get a perspective on this. You look at that area there.
Hold that off you.
Alright, John, you grab a camera. Oh, no, you go in. You go
You
in.
want to make it your mind up.
So it's hard to get a kind of perspective on it. I'm stood back against the defender just now, and you can see just in front of us. So we basically set the vehicles up like a wee corral type thing. 3 vehicles in a triangle, and
Okay, Carol.
the OK corral. Is it okay then? Is it?
Oh, yeah, it's not raining heavy yet.
No. So that's kind of how we set it up. It's raining today, or it's been raining, and the ground's very soggy, but I think no bad setup.
Not bad. And as you can see, the area up there, so we're watching Jerry McKyle in the morning.
What, you're not watching that, are you? You're trying to find ex-girlfriends, are you?
Oh, what are we doing that?
Right, so there we go. So John, it's good to have you back. What do you think? Have you been on your holidays?
It looks like I'm on my holidays, isn't it? In the country.
Nice. So you've been like getting the sheep up and all that like together.
Bit of beating.
Oh, a bit of beating. There you go. So that's us.
Beating the sheep.
So I'm going to just do a 360. So there we are. Disco there. Hope you can see it. Jesus come out to inspect our work. And we're doing a wee 360 around. Oztent in the back there. 2 Oztents behind the Defender.
What do you think, Teresa?
Teresa, what's your opinion of our house?
Very well ventilated.
Aye. You got some. When there's 12 guys in here, you need ventilation. It does chuff a bit, especially when you're in Albania and you can't get any showers. Because most of them are too wimps to go in the cold rivers. Anyway, that's where we are. So, hope to see you at Adventure Overland if you're going. And follow our progress on YouTube. If you can, subscribe to our channel. It would really help us. Our aim is to get to 1,000 people, our subscribers. I couldn't say that word there, could I? 1,000 subscribers will help us join the YouTube partner program, which is what we're trying to do. So anyway, thanks very much for watching. Please like, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and follow us on Facebook and on Twitter at VIA Charity.